This is a Glock 9. 50 Cent, Too Short. None of them talk about a Glock 9. I'm the only one in this room. Well, apparently I'm the only one in this room. Hey, this is David with the Shepherd School. And what we're going to do today is a little bit of modifications to my Glock 19. Now, you've heard me say ad nauseum that I really don't believe in taking the gun outside of the way the firearm manufacturer designed it. But the modifications that we're going to be doing today, I'm going to do a little series, is stuff that the Glock was designed to do. In this particular one today, what we're going to do is we're going to take out the serrated trigger and replace it with a smooth trigger. Okay. Now, I'll give you a little background. Because of the Firearm Act, right, and its addendums and changes, in order to import guns, you have to meet a certain point threshold, and you get weight points, points for size, points for things like grip safeties. And when they wanted to import the compact and the subcompact Glocks, they could not get enough points with what is considered a defensive trigger, which is this smooth trigger. So they had to put on this serrated target trigger. All right, but the full-size guns, like the 17, has these smooth triggers. Now, interesting note that most parts inside a Glock are interchangeable, right? And the Glock factory actually says, it's designed to use this trigger. They just can't for import purposes. And so obviously I've cleared my gun and I pulled out the 3 little pins to make it easier to show what we're going to do. But we're just going to finish the disassembly. Pull that out. Pull that out. And then we're going to pull out this. Okay? Now, I'm just going to leverage this out, and we'll show you the difference. That's the smooth trigger. Okay, see how it's smooth? This is the target trigger. See how it has ridges? Now, switching from the target trigger to the non-target trigger isn't going to change your trigger pull or anything. And some people say that it may allow your finger to slip where you don't have a nice full straight back trigger squeeze. However, if you're going to go to a class where you're shooting, high round count, say 500 rounds, in an 8 or 12 hour day, you'll definitely notice a difference. This won't mess with your finger as much. So if you're going to do a whole lot of training, this might be something that you want to think about doing. Okay? So we're just going to put the S trigger back on. Trigger spring in that little hole there, the back of the connector. And wiggle it back together. Okay. Insert it back in the gun. Put the trigger pins back in. And once I do all that off camera to save some time, we'll come back and show you what the difference is. Okay? Okay, so here's the gun reassembled. It's got that smooth trigger to it. All right. That's all there is to it. It doesn't change much, but it does feel different. Some people may like that, some people not. It's a thing of personal preference. But there you go. And until next time, you can always catch us online, www.tngun.com.